What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to P&Q, the question and answer series where you put questions to me or comments and I'll respond in a following P&Q episode. And as you can see, I am outside in my garden. This is take 2 actually, because Dylan is running around out here with me. I did show him in the former take. I'm not going to do that this time, I don't want to jinx it. Because I'm filming this on my iPad, alright, which is right in front of me here. Headphones so that I can talk through this microphone, because it might cut out some of the exterior noise a little bit, wind and seagulls and planes or whatever it may be. I don't know, I just fancy spending some time out in the garden doing this, because I've got the questions also linked to my iPhone, which is rather cool, so I can find the questions, film on my iPad, whereas normally I look at my iPad for the questions, but this time I'm going to be looking at my phone. Dylan is squeaking the toy on my lap. Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. You'll be in videos soon enough. He's going to have his own. He'll be on the bench with, or on the sofa, I think, with Pete and Dylan. How's that? Do you fancy that, mate? Sometime in the future. Anyway, this is about questions and answers, and you remember I was doing them randomly? Well, I'm just picking them randomly now because I like order. Well, I say I like order, and then I have loads of disorder. But, that said, when it randomizes the questions, it spreads them. It gives the bullet points, and then I tick off which ones I answer. But it spreads out, because it randomizes them, it spreads out the bullet points of like blank circles. So I'm just trying to fill in some of these blank circles right now so that it looks better, because, you know, OCD is off the chart when I look at this sort of thing. Anyway, just know that this is how I'm doing it at the moment. Incidentally, if you want to ask a question now, put a comment to me, whatever, just put it in the comment section below, and I will get to it, I promise you, because these videos are these questions are fast and rapidly running out now, so we'll be relying on your on your regular input, otherwise the series will have to come to a halt again. And I've got to be honest, I like doing longer ones of this. I like doing longer ones. So I was just wondering what my dog was doing. I think he's having a drink. Yeah, so rather than just answer like 1 or 2 questions in a video, I like to answer quite a few. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, get yourselves comfy, cup of coffee, tea, whatever. Put this on in the background whilst you're doing some hobbying, if you like the paint along videos. If you'd rather do that, that's fine. Anyway. So we've got some random questions here. They could be about anything. Bear that in mind. And I don't know until I'm looking at them now what they are. Right, so here we go. First one I come across says, do you have any memorable tales of old regarding NPCs in D&D? Memorable tales. Oh, I don't know if any of them's memorable to anybody other than myself. One of my early characters, based off of a character in a Terry Brooks novel called Menyon Lee. He was a ranger. He ended up getting married. I can't even remember the character's name he married now, but yeah, he ended up getting married. And that was quite, at the time, that was quite memorable, because I thought, oh, it was a real character arc for my character in this game, you know, because he's maturing, etc. Because he was a prince, he was thinking of taking on more royal duties, etc. And it was a kind of key to bow out with that character and start a new character in a different campaign, and other different characters with the other players, etc. So yeah, so it's not a mind-bending one, that, but yeah, I got married. My character got married to an NPC. Okay. Next question is, do you have a plan for escaping the rat race of life? God, I wish I did. No plan. Don't think you can have one, really. Live for the moment, I suppose. Like I'm doing now. Oh, you've got everything, mate. Sorry, I'm talking to Dylan now. Is it because I'm ignoring you? Well, come here then. Come here. Come here. Yeah. He wants to be. I think he wants to be a part of this, but he doesn't know what I'm doing. He doesn't understand. You gotta be calm, mate. 'Cause he's just had his dinner. Sorry, I'm slouched down in the chair a little bit because I'm putting my legs out into the sun patch. So, a plan for escaping the rat race of life. I don't think you can have one. Don't think there is one that you can have, unless you're extremely lucky. You know, come into some money somehow. Be able to give up work. Oh wow! Then I could concentrate full time on my channel. Sorry if you can hear building work going on, by the way. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do it on this microphone, because I will... Doing it this way, it does make the video quieter, so I will have to amplify the sound file, but that will also amplify the noise a little, but I'll try and reduce the external noise if I can. I can filter that out. I'll do the best I can. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So, yeah, so I think just living for the moment is the best. We can just enjoy life when you can. Grab onto those little moments. Okay, do you prefer maths or physics, and why? I can't imagine why that question was asked, or who asked it. For me, maths or physics? Well, let's... Since I left school, which was many a year ago, which have I used more? Maths, or math as you call it in America, or physics? Do you know, I would have to say neither one any more than the other. Which do I prefer? I suppose I'd say physics. And that's only because of fond memories of the subject when I was at school. Not that I enjoyed the subject, I really didn't. But some of the lessons were good. Some of the colleagues, friends I had in the class, it was good times. Teacher was quite funny. So there was some good memories linked with that. So I'm going to say physics. Hope that answers the question. Are you able to tell us something that you've never told anyone before? No, I don't think so. And the reason is, I tell my wife everything. I don't. There's nothing, unless it's so insignificant, it's not worthy of a mention. And that would be like, for instance, I had cornflakes a couple of hours ago. There, I've never told anybody that before until now. And I would see no reason to tell my wife that. Say, oh, by the way, she's out at the moment with our daughter. Our daughter's up for the weekend. See, they've gone out. And I said, do you mind if I stay in? I'll look after the cat and the dog for a bit. So, feeling it a bit with DMS today. Plus, I want to save my energy for tonight. Tonight is carnival night. Come on to that in another video. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so I'm not likely to say to her, oh, by the way, when she gets back, just so you know, I had some cornflakes. So, again, that's very uninteresting. Sorry about that. Okay. Would you say that you are a fan of technology, or do you hate it? I think technology, like anything else, is great when the uses are good. It's put to good use. It's like anything. Anything can be used for good or bad, can't it? So, look at the splitting of the atom, for instance. Supposed to give us free energy. Instead, they weaponized it. That's people for you. But technology in general, well, I mean, yeah, I quite like it. I'm not addicted to it or anything. At least I don't think I am. I think it's given me a little bit of ADHD with some things. The whole phone thing has, doesn't it? It's like you feel the need to look at your phone more. I think it's part of everyday life these days. Could I go back to a life without all this technology? Well, if I didn't have it, I'd have to, wouldn't I? So, yeah, I quite like it. I don't hate it. That's for sure. Okay, is there a specific model that you would like to own but don't? Maybe it's rare, for instance. I think I would like to own Smaug from The Hobbit. Games Workshop, because that's a pretty expensive one. And what's that really big, awkward Forge World Tyranid? I forget what it's called now, but that, just to say I got it. But other than that, nah, not really. Not really. I apologise, these questions are not very exciting. This is, well... Would you say that you've changed in the last few / several years? If so, what? Yes, I have. More so in the last year. In the last couple of years, I would say. So certainly, I mean, I've been here 3 years. This Christmas when it comes. I've been here 3 years. I've changed since I've been here. I've changed since I got Dylan and I lost Rufus. I've changed since I had my seizure. In lots of ways, I've changed my outlook on life. And I'm on a lot of medication now, some of which I'm trying to wean myself off. Because I'm a firm believer in use as little medication as you can get away with. Some you can't just stop, you've got to gradually come off it, which is what I'm attempting to do. But changed. I suppose I tolerate incompetence even less now than I ever did before. My patience is less with people. So not very good at attributes, really. I need more patience, really. But my patience with things is better, I think. Like inanimate things, like building things, whatever, models, etc. So I think my patience with that is a bit more. Yeah. So that's that one done. Can we find a question that I can actually answer and it's relatively interesting? Okay. Dylan. Right, what's one miniature you loved painting and one that was a total pain? Well, as long as it's not, like, you're not asking me what was the most interesting or the one I loved painting the most, but one I did love painting was Magnus the Red. Oh, it's a fantastic model to paint. It's open pose as well, and it's just easy access, easy to get to, it's beautiful. Well, you can get that. That's Dylan moaning at me because... Well, you can get it. Get it yourself. He's flung his duck somewhere on the chair, actually, the deck chair, or the lounger, and he wants me to get it for him. This thing here. Go get it. Right, one that was a real pain in the ass was the Scout. I forget what it is now, like a open top vehicle thing, not like a hover thing, flyer. I forget what it's called now, but it's a real pain in the ass because I stuck all the miniatures in it and then decided to paint it, and it was a real pain in the ass to get to. Didn't enjoy that. Have you ever started... Dylan, I'm trying to make a video. No, get it yourself. Go on. Get it yourself. You'll find. Right. Have you ever started a project you never finished? What happened? Yeah. My Orc Bomber. Do you remember that? Big, huge thing. I never finished it, and it broke during transit of the move here, so I never got to finish it. It was a big like a Revell model. Some famous aircraft, but no, get it yourself. P&Q with Dylan being a pain. Yeah, so right. Do you prefer painting large models or rank and file troops? Depends how I'm feeling. Totally depends how I'm feeling. I've got no preference either way. What's your current pile of shame looking like, to be honest? Well, for starters, if you know me well enough, you know I don't call it a pile of shame. I'm not ashamed of it. It's a pile of future joy, or a retirement pile. It's looking big, I'll be honest. It's looking huge, and I want to tackle that sometime. I'm going to start by taking the biggest single model off it next, when my bench is all clear of stuff. Building and painting that, which will be my Baneblade. And that is a model I will never, ever, ever use in a game of Warhammer, ever. I just wouldn't take it, but I want to paint it. Oh, yeah, I want to paint it. I want to build it. I want to paint it. I want to display it. So that will give me a little bit more room. Which old school Citadel model would you most love to see released in plastic or resin? I don't know if it's a Citadel model. It was a model I was looking for years ago. It was like a monk with a baseball bat behind his back. Those kinds of characters I just loved. I thought they were fantastic. I'd like to see that in plastic in plastic. Resin, I don't really care for resin, so yeah. If you could make your own wargame system, what would it be like? Probably crap, because I'm not very good at that sort of thing. I have had a go at it. I think we all have at some point. I made mine really, really, really simplistic, but you're making stuff up yourself. You've got to make your own lore, and it's a bit like... yeah, not so good as buying it. What's your ideal size for a skirmish game? How do you mean size? Do you mean actual physical size? Probably be a like a 4x4 area, or a 3x3 area, or a 3x4 area. Something like that. Depends on what scale I'm using. Say I was using 6mm, then like a 2x2 would probably do. I don't know. How do you approach solo gaming to keep it challenging and fun? Well, I've got many videos on solo gaming, but they're mostly to do with RPG solo games. I would like to in the future do some games, some videos on wargaming solo and how to wargame solo. I've seen people do it on YouTube, so I think maybe I'll have a go at that as well. You know, how to play bolt action solo, for instance, or Flames of War, or something like that. Right. Have you ever homebrewed rules for a game? What did you change? Yeah, homebrewed rules for Zombicide. Used to do that a lot years ago. I'll just change it to add things in, which they later added in, like the night and day stuff. You know, being able to see further distances, that kind of thing, which they kind of added in later anyway in the second edition. So Uh, if you could only keep one game system on your shelf, which would it be and why? Game system. That's a broad question. I'll say Dungeons and Dragons. That covers quite a multitude. I mean, you're not asking for like a board game or a specific game. I'll say Dungeons and Dragons because that covers a lot of minis. Sadly, it doesn't cover sci-fi, but you know, take the rough with the smooth. And that is where I'm probably going to leave it, my friends. So for a P&Q, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. So the next question I will ask will be from question number 11. It's about YouTube and content. So that will be my next question. So that's where I will go with it. Right. That's that. Question away. Back to the coffee. It's not a chill, so I can finish this video whenever I want. Alright, Dylan, you nutter. He's not really calming down a bit. Well, maybe slightly. I think he wants to play. I'll have to play with your toys for a little bit, won't we, mate? Do some play. That's what we'll do. Yeah? Alright, guys. Well, I'll see you on another video. Hopefully, you can ask me a question or put a comment down there below, and I'll get to it. You know, if I see it in time, I'll get to it next time because I'm choosing my own questions now, so it's not randomizing them. Oh, Dylan, he's so cute. If only you could see him. Yeah. Actually, let's show you him. I'm going to show you him. There he is. Laying down. I don't know if you saw that actually. Sun was glaring on my screen. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. I quite like these outdoor ones. I'll see you on another video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.